it seems like there's been this wall up been put up being like, don't go on podcasts, don't talk to the media. We're just going to deal with our little academia silo here, and everyone else can just take whatever we tell them. And I think that's changing, which I think it really is amazing.
Yeah.
But I can understand why people can get incredibly frustrated, and because I think sometimes, and I would prefer to have my hand held a little bit to help me understand these things that are, like you said, complex. Otherwise,
Right.
it's easier to listen to a soundbite and say this is this. Because I
Yeah.
mean, so for example, I'm from Hamilton, Ontario, which is essentially the steel belt, the rust belt of the of Canada, where there was so many steel factories, like they polluted the water all over the place. I mean, like saw smokestacks, and many of them are closed down, so it's better now. But I think there are studies that came out that part of Ontario just had a lot more cancer and MS, for example. And I think now they are linking certain things to air pollution. So if
Hmm.
we can link things from air pollution, environmental, to actual, autoimmune diseases or all these other things, then we think, oh, then there must be something else that's causing these things like autism. However, and I just thought of this now from your point, maybe there is a bit of scientific miscommunication where you wish if they were expanding this autism diagnostics to a spectrum and lumping everyone else in there, that other people just looking into the data would think what is going on here. Whereas maybe it would have been more prudent to create a different diagnosis
Yeah.
instead of, and having autism here and then, like, let's say Asperger's over here,
Right.
or mental retardation, or whatever you'd like to call it. Like, so at least we have buckets so
Yeah.
people can understand these things. But what do you think? Is there a bit of scientific malpractice for how this was done?
Well, I think that's a strong word to use for it, but
Sure.
the question of proactively communicating, I think, is really important because um, what's quite common, and I've been doing this sort of trying to do kind of public communication for quite a while now. What's quite common is that I'll say something that I think is quite precise scientifically, and it means exactly what I want to say, right?
Right.
But a listener may take it in a different way because they're coming from a different mindset, and because I haven't taken the time to actively say what I don't mean is this, right?
Right. Well, it's
And
also different vernaculars. Like sometimes in
absolutely,
academia, someone's using a word for this, and on the street, if you will, it's used completely different. So you're right.
absolutely,
I think
yeah,
the malpractice term was a bit aggressive, as I want to do. But I think in some respects, before, when we were in this time that we were listening to experts, people that spent their whole lives doing these things, and there was so much more truth and trust for people to
yeah.
make mistakes and have errors and hopefully fix the process. Now it seems, with information ubiquitous everywhere, I think academia has no choice but to actively be speaking out to the community, because now
Absolutely.
we
Yeah.
all are together.